welcome back to my channel. My name is Tess. If you don't know me yet, I'm so happy to be back with you and picking up the vlog camera. It has been an absolutely crazy week. There was a total New Year's rush. I think a lot of people are getting their skin and their routine refreshed for the new year. So business was great this past week, but I definitely need the weekend to prepare for an exciting launch of my skincare brand happening in about 2 weeks is what we're planning on. Unfortunately, when you're planning with a little bit of a team, it can be hard with meetings and sometimes different things get pushed off. So keeps getting pushed off day by day, but I think it's finally happening and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So I just got out of the shower and I wanted to do a little morning skincare routine and share some new goodies. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my fave, the Glymed CBD B3 Facial Mist. If you've tried this product or heard about it, it's very popular for a reason. It targets a lot of different concerns from acne to dehydration, dullness, hyperpigmentation, general rebalancing of the skin, pore barrier function. So she's a go-to and just feels so delightful to use. And next, I have a little bit of a newbie from Jan Marini. I recently brought Jan Marini on to my practice, which I'm so excited about. The results are absolutely phenomenal. And I have only heard incredible things about this line. Even before I brought it on, whenever I would see clients who had used it in the past, they were like, it's amazing. My skin was the best it's ever been when I was using her products. And after I got a chance to interview Jan about, 4 times for different episodes on the podcast, which you guys are loving. I feel like Jan needs to take over the podcast because you guys say her episodes are your favorite ones. So I guess she's got to come back. But I'm going to go ahead and apply her Esta Vitamin C Serum. Now, my skin can get a little red just from touching, but it's not the product irritating me or anything. So this is a non-acid based vitamin C, and I like that for several reasons. Vitamin C can be very unstable, and there are some people who just have trouble using L-ascorbic, even ProHeal, which I love. A lot of my rosacea or hypersensitive people can use that, but there are the odd candidates who can't handle so much stimulation. So in that case, I love suggesting the Esta vitamin C. And then I've been noticing a little bit of irritation from wearing my face mask. So this is a favorite. This is by Glymed. It is the CBD Microsilver Miracle Serum. You can use it day or night. And it has, I don't know if you guys can see, it's almost like a grayish green color. And the consistency is lovely. What does it feel like? You just feel this like instant cooling hydration and water being delivered to the skin. But this is incredible for any sensitivity, such as my irritation from the mask, or if you struggle with any atopic disorders like psoriasis, acne, rosacea. It's very calming and has even been compared to a topical steroid in trials. So it's pretty amazing to get that healing power from CBD and microsilver. I have a good post on my Instagram about that serum if anyone is curious. And then another recent little fave is the CI serum from Is Clinical. You really only need 1 drop of this vitamin C eye serum, and I'd say one of the biggest concerns I have lately is the eye area. I am getting older and that is okay. It's great. We are embracing it, but I do notice more crepiness around my eyes, and I so regret the hours I spent tanning in the sun and squinting in the sun and not wearing sunscreen for days at the beach, like full days, going in tanning beds, just horrible. And if you do those things now and you are young or you're under 20 and you feel like there are no consequences, I'm telling you, it just takes time. It can take about 10 years for the signs of damage to show up on the skin and make their way to the top layer of the skin. So take that for what you will, but yeah, so I'm just basically going ham on protecting the eye area, making sure it gets lots of antioxidants and love and care. This is the Glymed CBD Regenerative Eye Cream. To finish it off, I'm applying a little of the Jan Marini Transformation Face Cream. I love that Jan uses DMAE and growth factors to really support skin's elasticity and firmness, and this is just a beautiful moisturizer. It gives that feeling of a more luxurious cream, but at the same time it is very lightweight. I personally like to do my skincare, let it set in a little bit, maybe make a breakfast or a snack, and then after 5 or 10 minutes, then I'll apply my sunscreen over top so it doesn't get diluted by any other products, and that way it also helps prevent product pilling. Pilling can happen when you just pile on too much at once. So we're gonna take a little breather and make a little breakfast. I just got back from a little therapy sesh. My therapist and I actually go on a walk and we just call each other and chat, which for me works really well. I like to be in motion and moving. So for me, I just know I wouldn't stick consistently to Zoom meetings or going into somebody's office. So I've really been loving that. And sometimes I'm like, you know, it's expensive. I could be using this hour to work on my business, but when it's over, I realize how much better I feel and how I can put that energy, time, and money back into my business. So I'm a big advocate for therapy if you can do it. And there are so many ways. It's so easy these days to do therapy virtually. So I'm a big fan. I do need some energy. I had a pretty big breakfast this morning of gluten-free bagels with lox and dairy-free cream cheese and a bunch of veggies, but I just want a little snack and then I'll probably have lunch in a bit. This is what we're working with. I feel like I always forget about chia pudding, but it's so good. I made it last night with some coconut milk and protein powder, and I'm just going to slice up some fruit, and that will be a good little snack until lunchtime, which honestly I'll probably have a more substantial lunch pretty soon here. And there she is, such a yummy little snack, almost tastes like dessert. You could even sprinkle on some chocolate chips, and this would be such a good snack to bring to work or school just for some quick little energy. I'm so excited because my Glamcore light kit finally came in the mail. It was on back order for over 2 months, but it's finally here. And I'm so excited to test it out and see if this makes a difference in the quality of my videos. Eep, I'm so excited. So this brand is called Glamcore. They didn't send this to me. I bought it with my own money, not sponsored. But all of my SD friends rave about it. And it's not cheap as far as lights. Rude. But I just hear such incredible things, so I was willing to give it a shot. I got one of the cheaper models. I believe this was around $250, and I think there was a discount code at Christmas time, but most of my friends have the I guess the model with more features that they can use in the treatment room, which I didn't think I needed. I feel like this one is going to be perfect. It just has one LED lamp and it has the phone clip. So I'm gonna put this together and I'll let you guys know if I like it. I feel like it could be so helpful if you do social media for a living, or if you're an SD and like your livelihood depends on Instagram and taking good quality photos of skin, I feel like it's well worth the investment and you could write it off on your taxes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it together, see if I can do this. This is the most random haul ever, but I wanted to show you guys what I got in the mail, and I'm very excited for some new socks. There's nothing like some new socks, and I feel like, you know, new year, new socks. So these are the best. These are the Aritzia socks. We've got some no-show socks and the base ankle socks in gray and white. I wore these to death the last year, and they literally have holes in the bottom, but I wore them nonstop. And I've even forgotten my Pilates socks and worn these, and I was totally fine. So they kind of double as a Pilates sock. Don't quote me on that, but I love these. And I think the base ankle socks will be really cute with mini Uggs kind of pulled up over black leggings. I have a vision, so I'm going to try that. It kind of had a little disaster with my AirPods. They needed to be repaired, so I sent them in, and apparently somebody went through the box and stole them, and there was no AirPods in the box when it arrived. So they said I could file a claim, but it might take a few weeks, so I need to call FedEx. And in the meantime, I don't know. I feel like I've tried all of the AirPods, and they're nice. Like, nothing bad to say about them, except they kind of fall out a lot. And I just was open to trying something new. So I'm going to try the Beats Studio Buds. And I also got a good price on Amazon. If you ever need technology or just like, I don't know, really anything, a lot of times Amazon has like a refurbished version that's like half off or something. So I'm excited about those. And then I got a little package from Pomp that I took apart. But Pomp is one of the small businesses that I use for my products and for my business. They're amazing, such nice ladies, and they work really hard and have a very well-oiled machine for a small business. And they said to pick out a goodie, and I hadn't tried the youth serum by Is Clinical, but I've heard really good things. My friend Ashley Curtis, aka Ageless Ashley, talks about this a lot, and I was super curious. So this has vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E, and it's supposed to be kind of like a gel. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm so excited to see what the consistency is like. But it's supposed to be very tightening, helpful for aging concerns, almost like Botox in a bottle is what I've heard on the street. So I'm excited to try this. I really don't have like a ton of room in my routine. I have way too much stuff, but I'm going to try this out. I think this would also be amazing on the neck, as long as it's not too harsh, which I don't think it will be, but a lot of times vitamin A can be too much when it's like in a retinoid, for example. So I'm curious how this will do on my neck, which gets irritated easily, but that's an idea. Could also use this on the body, so we'll see. And then in here we've got a little cleansing complex, which I love. This new, is this a new bottle design? I don't know, but I really like it and can never have enough of that. This is my go-to cleanser. You can use it morning and night, twice a day, 3 times a day. If you needed to honestly cleanse your skin 5 times a day, which probably a very rare circumstance that you would, but if you did need to, this is the cleanser you could use. It's not going to strip your skin.
Okay, and then we've got active serum, which is one of my absolute favorite treatments for acne, really all types of acne, whether it's blackheads, whiteheads, even more hormonal, inflamed, cystic acne. Active serum works really well. Just, you want to give it time. Give it about 3 months with consistent use on cystic acne, and it is a game changer. If you guys want to order any Is Clinical products, you can email me and I'll hook it up. As promised, we're ready for lunch, and it's definitely one of those days where didn't have a ton in the fridge, but just gonna throw together what we do have and hope for the best. I think this is gonna be good though. So I wish Dylan was here, honestly, because he's my little veggie chopper and I like how he chops everything up, but we'll have to do without him. I'm gonna start with a bed of lettuce. We have mixed greens, avocado, these chicken tenders that are gluten-free cauliflower breaded chicken tenders from Whole Foods. The brand is called Cauli Power. This is always like one of those staple snacks I like to have for just a quick meal, a little bit of protein, and it's just super yummy. Some tomatoes, artichoke hearts, and this pickled cabbage. This is from Grocery Outlet. I don't know if you guys all have a grocery outlet near you, but it is a fantastic place to shop if you are on a budget. Really, even if you're not, they have some great finds on the low, and it's just literally like a grocery outlet with extra stock that stores, needed to get rid of, but they have some gems. Grocery Outlet is underrated. We mostly shop at Grocery Outlet, Costco, and I'll pick up a few little things at Whole Foods that I like protein bars, this kind of thing, special little sauces. I'm thinking about making enchiladas tonight. Love Siete. It's one of my favorite brands for curry sauce. So easy to throw together with a protein and some rice. And I do have some shrimp, so I could do like a shrimp curry or shrimp burritos with some of this sauce. We'll see. Okay, my mouth is watering. This looks so good. I feel like artichokes are really underrated too, but they're helpful for gut health. Same with any fermented foods like the cabbage. So if you can add more probiotic foods to your meals, I think that's a really good place to start. Even if you're not ready to necessarily cut anything out, if you can think about what you can add and looking at dark leafy greens, antioxidants, getting good protein with your meal, and adding fermented foods, it's an amazing place to start. I wanted to just kind of sit down and have a chit chat and ask how you guys are doing. Do we have any resolutions for 2022? Is there anything that I can help you with as far as SD life or skincare goals? I'm really thinking about the content I want to make in 2022 and what that's going to look like. So I always love your guys' feedback, and I'm so excited the channel is growing. It's been a very slow and steady process, but I was thinking about that, and I think that's really kind of the best way to go in certain circumstances. Like for me, I don't really envision myself ever having like a massive channel, and I don't think that would really make me happy. I am very sensitive, and I would much rather have a group of people who knows me, knows my heart, knows my intentions when I make videos, and kind of has grace for me if I'm not perfect, and who supports me as my journey changes. I would rather have a core, strong group of supporters who actually know me versus having a viral video and gaining a bunch of followers quickly who may not fully understand you. So that might be unrelatable, but I think for me, that is the best way for me to feel happy and kind of maintain my sanity. I've noticed when certain videos have done well on TikTok, which TikTok is a whole nother ballgame, but when you have viewers who have never seen you before, don't know you at all, it's so easy for them to make snap judgments and hide behind a keyboard and write crazy things. And that's something else I've kind of been dealing with in 2022 already. And I think a lot of that has to do with TikTok, and it's amazing for exposure, but it can bring in some people who just don't fully understand that you are educated, you know what you're talking about, and people who have no investment in the content you are producing. So that's been a little bit weird, but I guess it's kind of helping me grow a thicker skin. And I'm just really thankful for the people who are here and those of you who comment regularly. I really feel like I know you, and that's what I like about creating content, is having a community and feeling connected to people. So we'll see how things go as we grow, but I'm excited to hear what kind of content you guys want to see. I've heard some feedback that you want to see more content about virtual aesthetics. You want to see more skincare content, of course. I don't know if people want to see the vlogs. I love making vlogs, and they're more casual and laid back, so I like making those. But let me know what you guys think. I have been keeping notes just on my phone of little random topics that pop into my head. And I'm thinking about just creating more like short content or podcast episodes that are like maybe 15 minutes, because sometimes I feel like I don't have enough content to make a full vlog or to make a full podcast episode. But I think it can be a lot shorter than I think. And I tend to really get in my head and make things like a bigger deal than it is. It was great taking time off of YouTube, but that was like 3 weeks I didn't make a video. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely felt some guilt and anxiety. And it's like I should take time off to rest, but at the same time, once you kind of fall off the wagon, there is no wagon, but so to speak. Once you kind of get out of your rhythm, it's easy to kind of lose sight of the consistency you wanted to keep. And you're like, what's one more week? Like, is anyone watching anyway? But yeah, I think your guys' feedback will really help, and just keeping notes as far as things I want to chat about. I did want to chat about raising my prices and raising prices in general as an esthetician. I think it's such an important topic, and there can be a lot of stigma around it. And I do want I'm pretty amazed my business has grown to what it is. I'm able to make an okay salary. I'm like not rich by any means, and especially for living in California. What I've made this past year is nothing wild, but I am able to support myself, and I need to take a moment and kind of pat myself on the back sometimes, because when you think about like where that started, quarantine, where I felt like I had to leave my job, I didn't know what the alternative was going to be. That's a pretty amazing outcome to be able to work for myself and to support myself. So I want to continue to grow the business, and raising my prices has been a part of that. And I actually don't feel guilty about raising my prices. I'm curious to know if you're estheticians or you have a business that you operate where you're in charge of your prices. I'm curious to know how you guys feel. I think because of my mentor, Douglas Preston, just having conversations with him even before I was a business owner, he always talked a lot about why it's important to raise your prices, especially when the demand is there. And for me, I was starting to feel like my prices might be too low, even though, I mean, they didn't feel too low, but the demand I was having, I realized I'm going to continue to be overwhelmed, and I'm either going to have to take less clients and say like, I'm so sorry I can't fit you in, or I can raise my prices and people can decide if it's worth it or not. The benefit of that is the people who do decide to book with me for virtual consultations will already be committed and already understand the value. So what I found in raising my prices is typically it just attracts people who are ready to commit to whatever you tell them, people who are willing to listen, who really, really value your services. And when you think about skin and how, I mean, it's your face, but it's something you have for life. And especially, I think nowadays there's so much emphasis on skincare, and everybody wants, not everybody, but a lot of people want a great personalized routine. They probably don't understand how to treat certain skin conditions because it takes a lot of education. It takes a lot of education even as a professional. So how on earth would a consumer expect to treat their acne or treat pigmentation or rosacea? It's really hard. So it's a very valuable service, and I think it's been undervalued for a long time for what it is. But I just wanted to say that in case you guys are struggling or feeling like guilty. Of course, you don't want to price yourself at a point that's unfair or unattainable. It just has to be a reflection of the value that you offer. And I think raising them slowly is an excellent way to go, and you can kind of test the waters that way. But if you're nervous about it, let me tell you, it doesn't deter too many people. Of course, it will deter some if the value isn't obvious to them, but they may come back or they just may not be the client for you. And I personally would rather have fewer clients who are very, very dedicated and who trust me and who are just ready to follow, you know, my guidance versus somebody who chooses my service because it seems like a good price, you know? So that's how I feel. Something I also wanted to bring up is discounts, and I'm gonna have to do a podcast episode on this as well, but it was just kind of on my mind. I really don't recommend giving discounts out at all. If anything, price yourself lower in the beginning so you can get the experience under your belt, but you're still being compensated and you're setting a price and you're not allowing anybody to tell you what your worth is. I think that's so important. And I had heard this, but I totally wavered in the beginning of my business because people will come to you, acquaintances from your past or friends of a friend, or people who say like, lower your price for me, I'll do a favor for you. No, you are gonna save yourself the heartache and the headache by sticking firm to your prices. And don't feel bad. I used to feel bad, like, oh, like I want to give them that deal. Don't feel bad because they don't feel bad for you, and they don't respect you or your worth, or they wouldn't be asking. And nobody should be negotiating with like a service provider. That's just, it's crazy, but it happens in aesthetics. I don't know why. I feel like our industry can be very undermined in so many different ways. But yeah, no, don't negotiate with people. If you need to, set your prices lower in the beginning and raise them over time, and you can simply not respond. I think not responding is sometimes the best response to people who ask those kind of favors, and hopefully they'll get the hint and you don't respond like, that wasn't an acceptable question. But it's all part of setting boundaries, which is just absolutely crucial for running a business. And you guys ask a lot of times for advice as estheticians. And one thing I will say to that is, if you guys can let me know specific questions or pain points or just, you know, topics, like general topics, that helps me so much, because it's been a little while since I've even been in esthetician school. When the question is just advice for new esties, it's so broad. I don't know how to help, and I want to help as specifically as possible. So if you have questions, the more specific you can be, the better answer I can give you. Okay, that's my rant. I'm gonna go clean up and get cozy, and I might
I might film or record a little podcast.
Kind of went all out tonight for dinner. Well, at least for me. And this was not hard by any means. I feel like sometimes people look at my meals and they're like, oh my God, that looks, like so good. You're a chef. And I'm like, I probably microwaved 3 out of the 4 things and cooked 1 thing. And it's still a delicious, very healthy, high protein, wholesome, good meal. So I also wanted to point out, if you're trying to eat for better skin health and just eat better in the new year, or you're trying to address a skin condition and thinking about your diet, just know it can be so yummy. It can look like this. We are supporting our hormones with brown rice. We're getting plenty of greens for healthy gut health. We are getting protein from the shrimp and the beans, and we've got some healthy fats and complex carbs. So this is going to taste so good.
So it is the next day. It is Saturday, and something I've realized about myself is that I definitely thrive with a schedule, and I found weekends can kind of go 1 or 2 ways with my mood. I can wake up in the best mood where I have so much energy, I had a great night's sleep, and I'm just excited to exercise and do chores and work from home, maybe film. And then there are other days where I just may feel like I totally need to rest and chill, and that's okay too. But what I've realized is my mental health can suffer if I'm just sitting around all day or sitting on my phone. So my solution has been writing a little weekend schedule. And this is a fun schedule. This is a loose schedule. It's a flexible schedule. None of these tasks are anything I dread or any hardcore work, but it's just to give myself structure for the day. So, for example, coffee. Literally write that down on my weekend to-do list. Dylan works almost every day, but it was nice because we just had 20 minutes to get coffee this morning, and that counted for my walk. I'm gonna skip a workout, maybe do that tomorrow. Just wasn't feeling it, and that's okay too. You can have flexibility with this kind of schedule, but it's really just to give myself structure for the day so I don't sit in bed and scrolling TikTok all day, which is easy for me to do. Shower, shave, wash my hair, did an Olaplex treatment, boom, done for the week. Not gonna film any extra videos today. I am going to film, I think Monday, I'm going to film a Ask Me Anything Q&A because you guys submitted a bunch of questions on Instagram, and I'm going to film that while I use some of my new acne safe makeup. So we'll do that Monday. I did make lunch, had a little burrito. Not going to make TikToks today. I'm going to edit this video, and I'm going to make dinner, and then we're going to watch Ozarks. And that is going to be the day. But I just wanted to share that in case anybody else struggles with weekends. I imagine if you lived alone, it would be even harder, and sometimes because I am alone a lot of the time, I just think I need that structure. So just wanted to share. I think that's the perfect place to cap the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited for more videos to come in 2022. So please leave your suggestions for any in the comments. Thank you guys. Love you, and I will see you in the next video.